Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to Jagged Alliance 2. It's been a little while since the last episode. We've been doing some regular maintenance on our squad type guys, basically. The pressing concern at the moment is that Bull still needs to be patched up after that last fight. Unfortunately, Fox has run clean out of medical supplies, and so we are going to need to get a move on back up to the Drassen airport. I actually think I'm going to leave a first aid kit behind before I take off, just in case these guys need to patch themselves up after any kind of fight that might happen here. But then we're going to go ahead and take off.
I'm into it.
Now, while these guys are moving, I'm just going to go over what has been going on. We did get attacked a couple of times in B13 and C13, just random patrolling squads of like 8 guys.
I make progress.
They easily got taken care of with just auto resolves. One of those times, Razor did get shot up a bit. Oh god. And speaking of wandering patrols, it looks like the Drassen mine sector has just been attacked. This is potentially real bad. I'm going to go ahead and OK this. There's nothing I can really do here except let the auto-resolve go. Now, we do outnumber them, 39 to 37 at the moment, but that's something. Now, these elites are going to be extremely deadly, but hopefully this goes in our favor. And it's still a bit dicey, but I think we're going to pull it through. Nice. And we did. All right, that was the Drassen counterattack. Not so bad, huh? For those of you that have played before, you're probably rolling your eyes right now, but that totally went as well as could be expected. It was a little bit intentional to coordinate the attack on the SAM with the taking of Drassen, so that the two elite squads that the Queen would dispatch could interfere with one another. I've had that happen before. I've had it work before. It totally worked again now. So it's a little unpredictable, but if we had lost the sector, things still would have been okay. Let's see here. We've got Ira needing another medkit so she could keep being a doctor. Okay. It did work out this time as well, pretty much about as well as I could have hoped for it to work out. And as long as we're waiting, we'll have him, not move that, move D13's items up here as well. It worked about as well as you could hope for in this scenario. Having
I'm where I'm supposed to be.
It pull this D14 sector off of the Drassen attack so that it could deal with the SAM site. And let's go ahead and get Bull on patient duty. Fox, since Ira's already doctoring, let's just go ahead and have you practice strength for a little while. And we'll put both of these guys on training their agility. And then let's give it until 1400.
I'll be boss in no time.
And that moved the rest of the inventory. Did we get another med kit by any chance? We did not. So we are getting a bit low on medical supplies. Well, I'll tell you what. As long as we are here, Gasket is going to be put on repair duty. Hopefully we can get Fox's gun to stop jamming after we do this. So we'll go ahead and grab Gasket, put a toolkit in his hands, and then have him repair items. Okay. Had that not worked out the way that it did, basically the plan was going to be to let them take it, and then you kind of launch like militia into it a couple of times, like to sort of soften it up. Lead an attack, draw in reinforcements from the neighboring sector, and then just let the militia fight it.
I make progress.
You can basically throw 20 militiamen at it a few times, get it down to where you're only going to have to deal with like 20 or so guys, and then go in there with the militia as well as your mercs and clean it out for good. That was the actual plan, had that not worked out. All right, and Flo leveled up and therefore wants a little bit more money. That's fine. Gumpy, why don't we get you back to practicing marksmanship? And you're almost at 70, which is awesome. I think once he hits 70, we're going to cool it on Gumpy's marksmanship trait for a while. That is his 94 wisdom at play, by the way. He trains really quickly. And he's now, like, totally a decent shot, even though he came into this being pretty much a terrible shot. All right, and go ahead and start fast-forwarding again. The next goal is going to be, once Bull is patched up, to get some guys moving out of here to take on Cambria. My thought is... yeah, we can't quite drop into it. My thought is to take this sector... this is the hospital, right? Yeah, that's the hospital. All right, we'll stop for just a second while I collect my thoughts. Okay, so this is the Cambria Hospital. This is important to take. So if we come into here, and then go straight down, this allows us to take the mine as well, while leaving one sector untaken, so as to not draw the ire of the Queen right away. I think that's going to be the way that we do it. However, practice agility. Your dex actually is quite terrible. Before we can do that, we're going to have to do some inventory management. And we need some more items. Unfortunately, no medical supplies delivered themselves to our door, right? No. So without med kits, I can't really in good conscience head into a fight without medical supplies. So we're going to have to head back to Bobby Ray's. Now, if we go into miscellaneous and then med kits, got 5. Probably just gonna buy you out, man. And we'll grab like a sprinkling of first aid as well. Anything else as long as we're here? We may have gone up a tech level since the last time I did any shopping. And so let's see if there's anything worthwhile in here. It's like a M1 carbine. Nothing really jumping out at me. I have fond memories of PPSHs, but only from Call of Duty, World at War, and zombie mode. So that's pretty much my only involvement with a PPSH, is that it was a real good gun in that one video game. No, really no guns have shown up here that are amazing. Let's check the used section, which is usually like 1 tech level above, but the stuff is kind of in terrible condition. We could grab some submachine guns, like these HK MP5s in various configurations. Those might be worthwhile. No. I think we're probably just gonna pass. I don't think we need anything else besides the medical supplies right now. Those UDARs can be pretty cool. By the way, they're basically a pistol that shoots shotgun shells. If you can imagine dual wielding them with buckshot, they are pretty silly. Everything else is just going to be like the random stuff. There's one more night vision goggle for sale, but we're probably going to pass. Okay, I think that's going to do it. We'll just grab medical supplies. Now, delivery to Drassen. That makes it 4,000. There's really nothing else for us to wait around to do, though. I'm going to go with 2-day. We'll split the difference between we don't need it right now and we need it right now. And then we'll go ahead and move on. Now, this is going to be probably a little bit of a duller episode, what with us needing to do a bunch of inventory management here. Now, the auto mags are real cool, but like they only have 4 rounds. They shoot 50 caliber out of them. I mean, they're devastating, but they're not. Let's see, 29 and 16 versus 30 and 15. for 38 AP versus 32. Just a little too big for their britches, basically. I can't justify needing that, so I think I'm probably going to pass. He's doing fine on everything, except he does need more 44 rounds. Okay, so we're going to be doing a lot of inventory stuff. This is normally the kind of thing that I might do off camera, to be perfectly honest with you. But since I am already rolling, I think we're just going to stick with it, and you guys can see the inner workings of what the game kind of has to offer as far as when you're not in combat. So that's going to be a full reload of hollow points. Let's go ahead and get pretty much the same for standard like steel core rounds. So we'll pop out some more. They appeared somewhere? Did they? I feel like I'm missing it. Maybe not. Okay, they had to have gone somewhere. Oh, down here. Okay, there we go. Sometimes that can get a little bit cumbersome trying to figure out where your bullets actually went. So that'll give us 2 full reloads if we're dual wielding, and then we can do like 1 more on top of it. I think that should be fine. Do you have gasket repairing? That might actually be worth sticking around for a couple of days on its own, just to get everybody's stuff back in working order. So I think his stuff is pretty well sorted. He's got like a fairly decent primary weapon. These can be kind of backups, and this is sort of a specialty use. We are down to just the 1 stun grenade. Now Grizzly has primary weapon, and he's got a backup pistol now. That's looking pretty good. Let's just go ahead and top him off on some machine gun mags, though. So you can take 1 more there, and then, you know what, that 1 tracer mag that's like half full is probably not worth the inventory space it's taking up. I'm gonna go ahead and swap it for that. Then Bull could use a lot more buckshot, and we've got boxes here. Okay, so that's good, and then 1 more box, and then he could take 2 more there, and we'll leave that single round laying in the sector for now. Also, we have plenty of stuff that he like picked up to sort of bring back with him. The reason being they were just like particularly good, like the Scorpion and the Micro Uzi picked up from when we were at the SAM site. I think he can do without that, and I don't really think you need a baton and handcuffs anymore. He starts with them. We found no use for them whatsoever. So let's get him a decent firearm. AP 17. Yeah. You know what? Let me pop into this sector for just a second and do that so that the sorting is done for me. I'm pretty sure I can do the same things from up here, but like these buttons are new since the last time I played, and I haven't really used them that much, so I just kind of opt for the shortcut keys when I need to. Okay, so we're back down to Bull. Bull needs a sidearm. What sidearm does Bull want? The Micro Uzi sounds pretty good. We could also just get him like a straight pistol. You know, let's go with that. I like Glocks. The Glock 17 is a good gun. Takes 9mm, and what I'm thinking is we'll do Glazer in it, and then like standard ammo right there. Okay, so he is totally set. Same thing for Fox is We could grab the extra tracer since she's already got some. She can take a stack of that. She needs a first aid kit and does not currently have one. We have first aid kits on the way, so we'll just hold off for now. Otherwise, she's fine. She's got both a primary weapon and a backup. They take the same kind of ammo, which I think is fine, maybe even ideal. And that'll do it for her. All right. Ira, how are you looking? Pretty good. 762 by 25. Probably stand to have a little bit more of it, or we could like get rid of that one with only 9 rounds left and replace it. Did that stick something anywhere else? I don't think it created magazines, did it? Try that one more time. There we go. And then we'll toss these aside for right now. She's not really going anywhere at the moment, so I think she'll be fine. Okay. Could probably stand, though, actually to give her an extended ear. We've got one in each squad, basically. And she's able to command militia if she needs to. All right. Moving on to Haywire. Haywire could use a little bit of buckshot. There's 1 round, and earlier did I sort after that? There we go. And there's 1 more round. Nope. Oh no, that's not buckshot. That is not what I wanted. This is buckshot and is what I wanted. There we go. It only takes 2 rounds in it, so that tops him off. Okay, gasket, you're doing pretty well. Any of these a single round? Yep, indeed. And then he's got a backup in case he needs it, so that's cool. Razor, we'll go ahead and reload you. These are 44. So we've got another 44 crate right here. I think 6 extra magazines is probably plenty. And he's got a backup. Okay. Gumpy, you need an overhaul. Alright. Let's get Gumpy some LBE gear, first of all, so he can carry stuff a little bit better. And then an MP5. And then in the MP5, we could do hollow point. Nah, you know, we'll go ahead and give him like AP rounds. We'll toss that one. Okay. 1 stack of that, and that's only 1 round. Okay. There's 45 rounds in it. You know, we'll just give him like standard ammunition for the rest of it. That's not what I meant to do. But that's plenty. He doesn't have much else at the moment. Speaking of which, is there anything else we should be loading him up with? We'll give him his Beretta as like a backup weapon. And he's all on the same kind of ammo. That should be fine. Okay, I'm totally okay with that. Dimitri, you were doing okay. We've got a submachine gun here as your primary. You've got a backup pistol. I think that's going to be okay. Biff and Flo, you're way too far away to care. Okay. And then let's ditch like that holster. Get Grizzly a 3-day pack. Get anyone else who needs it a little more LBE gear. So we'll take all this stuff off of Razor. We'll give Razor this. Now he has a large pocket, which is the biggest reason to do that. And I guess that is going to be the large pocket for the Molotov cocktail that he is still kind of randomly holding on to after I made one. Holster. Gumpy, maybe? That way he can get that out of his large pocket. Okay, what else? What else? Brake lights could be really helpful. We'll give 2 of those to Grizzly. And then... maybe I have, like, what, Gumpy? You have a really high explosive, right? Explosives is 56. I wouldn't call that really high. Anybody beat a 56? Nope. Gumpy, you are a man. Alright, we're going to go ahead and toss TNT in here. And then... maybe a shape charge as well. Why not? Alright, let's see. Everybody's got at least a flak jacket, right? Is this... it's protection... 1, 2... 6%. We'll get him that instead of the leather jacket. It might be less stylish, but it's probably more life-saving. And then... I'm still eyeing this Spas 12. Gumpy, maybe? Instead of this? We can make this like his backup. That means the pistol is kind of pointless. So, put the flash suppressor there. Toss out the holster. We'll give him a 12 gauge. Yeah. We've got like 3 shotguns in our second squad. They're very shotgun heavy. But shotguns are really good. Also like really good for characters that don't have the greatest aim. And... do you have more 12 gauge ammo? You know what? Let's make this his primary. This will be his backup. And then... we can give him a little bit more 12 gauge. Just in case, I'm thinking. What did I do with the 12 gauge ammo? There we go. Something like that. Okay, I think I'm okay with that. That seems like a decent enough change. And then nothing else is super amazing. Can probably stand to just sell off the rest of the sector inventory. Maybe bring in a little extra cash. I've been holding on this Anaconda, but yeah. We could also load Bull up and then potentially head everything over to Tony, and it would sell for better. But I think that would just slow us down. So, I'll tell you what. Buddy. Scorpion. Thinking if I want to give the Scorpion to anybody instead of selling it. Like Gasket. Yeah. Gasket, you're getting a Scorpion. We'll get rid of your 1911, as cool and iconic of a firearm as it may be. We're going to load you up with fully automatic instead. Okay. Put that in there, and then no place else for his other stuff. Ugh. We'll just hand that off to your buddy. Ideally, there are knives in the game that basically do double duty for all of the stuff like wire cutters and crowbars, lockpicks, etc., etc. So ideally, we would want those things, as they can take up the knife slot, which is pretty much just free inventory space, but we don't have those right now. Okay, and other than that, we'll just start selling. I'm gonna hold on to the auto mags because they're unique. Like, there's no other way for us to get those, so I would feel bad if I ever decided I wanted it. We did not put your suppressor back on. And we'll clear out all... oh, I did sell the ammo for the auto mag. That was probably a mistake, because as unique as the weapon is, its ammo is also not something we're going to see a lot of. Alright. We'll hold on to the t-shirts in case I decide I want to make some more. We'll hold on to in case I want to make some more Molotovs. We'll also hold on to all of the boosters. We do not need the beer, which sells for 0 anyway. And there are 2 bipods. That can't use a bipod? Are you kidding me? Can anything use a bipod? Well, we have no guns that use bipods. Never mind. We'll hold on to them for now. They're cool if we get stuff that needs bipods later. Okay. That should do it for inventory management. That should do it for pretty much everything that we need to do prior to just letting a little bit of time pass to repair and for the other stuff to arrive. So, we'll go ahead and advance time.
I'm all done. Is there something else for me to do?
A couple of people will finish up assignments, which is lovely. Stop time, continue training. Ira, you get back on training militia. Razor, you get back on practicing your marksmanship. Okay. And then...
I make proud.
Waiting for another shipment to arrive. / we also need to be worried about renewing these guys' contracts before too long.
I'm learning.
And yeah, tell you what, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. We'll go ahead and pick up next time, like as these guys are ready to head out. That way, if I need to pass time for a while, you don't have to sit here bored to tears while I do it. I know a little bit of a less action-packed episode, but this is kind of what's usually going on the days that I do not produce an episode for this series, is because I probably spent, 30 minutes to an hour playing the game, and there just wasn't recordable footage out of it. There was some passage of time that needed to happen, that sort of stuff, and I usually just throw it out. But as you saw, the Drassen counterattack happened in this episode, and so I didn't want to toss this footage. So I ended up leaving it in, and I didn't want it to be 10 minutes long, so I ended up extending it with just some inventory management. Feel free to let me know in the comments if that's like a thing that you want to see in order for there to be daily episodes of this series, or if it's something you'd rather me cut out so that the LP as a whole is just a little bit meatier if you're watching it on your own time. Either way, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel for more videos on it every single day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes, and I will catch you guys next time.